Hello, welcome to my Let's Play for abridged Fantasia. It's a fantastic RPG for the Wii. It's somewhat flew under the radar or got knocked for its crappy voice acting, but it's actually got a very good story and an excellent battle system, one of the more interesting ones, with a decent level of challenge, which I really enjoy in an RPG. The story does build over time. Now the voice acting is jarring at first, but if you can get over that, it gets better. But overall, the story itself is interesting enough to keep you invested. The episodes that I'll be putting out will be done in 15 to 20 minute installments. I will try and keep things quite tight, so I will be including all the story elements, all the main battles, and I will show you at least all the enemies in the area, but I will be cutting out random battles, backtracking, or anything that I don't think is of particular interest, like shopping, going to the shops. I will show you my battle setups, and I will go into the combat mechanics, party setups, and tactics used that I've used for this. Now, I'm not an expert by any stretch, but I still think it'll be quite interesting to show you how I've set everything up and how I went about beating the game. So with all that out of the way, without further ado, let's get into my Let's Play of abridged Fantasia. I hope you enjoy it. So here's just the opening cutscene. As we can see, we're on an airship. I think with the armour of what the troops are wearing, it very much reminds me of Skies of Arcadia, which is one of my all-time favourite games. Yeah, the graphics in the cutscenes are actually really good. It's not a powerhouse with it being on the Wii, but it's still definitely interesting. And here we're going to get into our first battle. It's really just a tutorial battle, so as you can see, a lot of the options are greyed out. So we're just going to select an attack and start hammering away at this dragon. It's not really a fight you can lose. So you select the target, then you confirm your action. The reason for that is, and you'll see it later on, you've got party options. I'll start explaining the battle system as it's drip fed out to you throughout the game. As you go on, there'll be more elements that are introduced to you, so it's just an easy way to pick it up. Okay, so looks like it's doing a. Oh crap. Like I say, it's a bit automated, so you don't really need to worry about this fight. I am a sucker for cool cutscenes, so we'll be staying quiet through a lot of the cutscenes, especially the talking bits. Yep, that's our introduction to abridged Fantasia. Now, it goes from that, which I think is quite a strong opening, the airships and the dragon fight. So that was cool.
Oh no! Bellburst! Oh. What the?
yeah, so as I was saying, I'll stay mostly quiet through the talking in the cutscenes, but it gets a little bit worrying here with the voice acting. It goes from a really strong scene to this, but get over this and we'll
The
be
fell
fine.
dragon has returned to the earth.
You saved me, didn't you? Well, thanks. That was close. But that wasn't magic, was it? Him magic, perhaps? Surely not. Are you a coder? Hey, whoa.
I'm sorry.
You really took a beating. What's a girl doing out here?
Girl? Are you talking about me?
Well, yeah, I don't know your name. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm Lark, and you are...
Rude? What is rude?
What?
I thought you were going to call me girl. Do you call everyone girl?
What? What are you talking about?
I'm a diva, but you can call me Rifia.
Huh? What kind of a weirdo are you?
A weirdo? A derogatory term for a strange person.
Huh? What is wrong with you?
Oh dear, are you angry?
No, but I'm getting annoyed. Well, whatever. Okay, Rifia, right? Let's just get you somewhere safe for now. There might be more fell dragons around here.
Somewhere safe?
Yeah, I think the village of Topazion is southeast of here. I'll take you as far as there. It's the least I can do.
Really? Okay. Thank you.
Boy, what's going on here anyway?
Okay, so that was the cutscene. As I say, the voice acting gets better, but for the first couple of hours of the game, the first 3 episodes that I'll do, we'll have the voice acting switched off, which I hope you don't mind, but it gets better after a certain point in the game, and until then I just find it a bit annoying. Anyway, we're in this first area, and we're going to go through a little fight tutorial. I'll explain what's happening as this goes on. But as I say, the battle mechanics are drip-fed throughout the game, so they're quite easily digestible, and it's probably the best way you can go about learning them, really.
Before we go into battle, I have to explain something.
So AP commands is a party's action gauge, basically. So they all share from the same gauge. So they all have to work in sync, which is a really good mechanic for team-based RPGs, I think. They use it in Skies of Arcadia and for Dragoneers on the PSP. And it makes you consider who can do what. Now, you can technically have just one person do all the fighting. So you could have Lark, if he's your most powerful one, fighting all the enemies. But what you've got to consider is each character's speed and time allocation. If Lark does all the fighting, the turn order is going to be much, much slower. He's going to have to do his first attack, then wait till his next set of ticks come around till he can do his second attack. So it's actually better to fight as a group, to have Lark and Rifia both attack at the same time. And I'll show you here, but as you can see, you can select one and then you shift over to the other party member and select their attack. And you both fight at the same time then, so you're not queuing up just one person to do all the attacking. So that's typically the best way to do it. Also, the other advantage of that is you can do something called team attacks, which I'll show you in the next fight. It's a random based thing when your characters are grouped together and attack at the same time. They'll get in an extra round of attacks, which is just good for helping you finish enemies off.
I just need to select an action with the character toggle button.
Yep. Be careful though. Every time you use
The
magic, it will
magic
expend some
system in
MP
this
from your
game, which
bow.
they're
And
briefly
don't
going over
forget to
now,
confirm
and
each
it
one's
goes much
actions
more
by
in
pressing
depth,
the action.
Okay,
again has got a really good balance to it.
I'm ready to go.
Magic is very powerful in this game, but you're offset with that with your limited use of magic, as well as the best magic casters in the group tend to be more frail, so need more looking
Listening to my
after.
calling.
So everything is at a fine balance. Now, what I say by limited use is magic doesn't use an MP pool or a magic pool as such. Each spell has an allocated use, an allocated magic slot. So your level 1 spells you might have 5 of, and your level 2 spells you might have 2 uses of. So they really don't go that far. Now, with magic being so powerful, it means you'll have to hold back your spell usage for the most appropriate times, which again is just another layer of strategy folded into what is a really good battle system. So we're just going over the finer points of it, and this is the tactics, which is very basic in use. This is the automatic fighting system it has. You can go on to tactics and it'll say fight all out or don't use magic, or if you've played RPGs you'll have seen like tactic based things more than likely. Now what's come up on screen there is Arc-Rise Fantasia's take on skits, like you may have seen in the Tales series. Yeah, so the skits are quite good. They can be funny, they can have personality or background information on the characters or how the world works in certain areas. Okay, so after this little dialogue scene, we will cut to leaving the forest, where we'll have another cutscene. Anyway, we're in another cutscene here, just leaving the woods. And as I said, I have turned off the voice acting, so it is just reading at this point. So he said an expression there that she's never heard. I've never heard it either. And next we will leave this forest and I will meet you over to the next village of Topazian. We'll get a quick overview. It's only a very small village, but it's quite nice to have a little look around, to speak to some of the villagers. So he's just found out she's from the Termillian Republic, which is apparently the enemy of the Empire. So that might complicate things a little bit. Okay, so at this point we're just going to want to head over straight to the inn, and then after that we'll have a little explore of the village. Like I say, it's a very small village. We'll have a little look around it later. And we meet another character. Alf. So this is obviously an acquaintance of Lark. So he is. Ah, so he's the prince. This music actually reminds me a bit of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, in the villages there, which is quite nice. I found that game really atmospheric. Loved that when it first came out. Okay, so now that we've spoke to Alf and we've left Riff here at the inn to recover, we can have a little look around the village. So I'll keep it brief. You can talk to all the people, all the citizens. They had a bit of background, but we're just going to go straight to the village elder and report make sure everything's okay in the village, make sure there's no damage. A wrecked ship on the east coast. We might be able to look for that later. We'll have to remember to do that. Like I say, there are side quests and things that you can do which help you level up, but they can also be quite interesting too. We'll see those at the next village. There are items dotted around the village. I've picked most of them up off screen. There's one in the barrel next to the village elders. There's like a strength leaf in the barrel next to the village elders house, and like a few other things, nothing too important. But yeah, it is definitely worth exploring. Okay, so next we're going to leave the village and head down to Jada, which is a much bigger and more interesting town. But before that, we've got a quick cutscene. Okay, so what Alf's talking about here is another element to the battle system, which is armed forces, which is basically every weapon in the game, rather than it having just stats like extra attack power, it has equipped in it armed forces. It works a little bit like materia, in that each weapon has a different ability. The more you use the weapon, the more armed forces you'll unlock, and they're like little gems. They go in like I think it's an 8x8 square. So it's a bit like Resident Evil, how you have to fit your items in, or even like a bit like a game of Tetris, where you've just got to slot them all in to try and optimize your weapon with the best abilities. Once you unlock an arm force, you can carry it over to different weapons and make the most ideal weapon for each character, and each character can swap between armed forces. So, for example, Alf, who will be our offensive character to start with, he's the one with the highest attack. We'll be giving him all our attack items, but he also has like a HP boosting arm force, which we'll give to Rifia because she's a little bit weaker and could benefit from a bit of extra bulk. So you're able to mix and match and optimize things. As for Lark, we're going to give him an ability from Alf's weapon. In fact, I might just show you that. So if we go into the weapons and actually show you first hand so you can actually see it proper. As you see, yeah, it's like an 8x8 square, a bit like a Tetris. Now that one, Lone Wolf, is a part of Alf's weapon. It's been unlocked, as you can see, that level with the stars at the top shows that it's unlocked. The black gems that you can see at the bottom can't be moved, so that's specific to that weapon. But the other coloured gems, like we say, we're going to unlock those in every weapon we come across, and it's a reason to buy all the weapons as well. But it's quite a good system. It definitely adds to the game. Now the reason we're giving Lone Wolf to Lark is he's our most defensive character, so he's likely in tough fights to be the last one standing. And when you're on your own, Lone Wolf ups your attack power, so it just optimizes his solo use. And again, it gets really detailed, and you get loads more options just go through it. So it's another good example of just how good the battle system is and the customization. I can spend so much time though, just like wasting my time doing this.